Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from Israel to share with you. We're going to be talking about Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant today. This is him right here in the photo for you. So he is in Washington, D.C. right now, meeting with the Biden administration in the United States. And also, he has met with Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. So right now they're discussing their plans with Hezbollah because we know that a war is about to break out with Hezbollah, and discussing their drawdown of troops in the Gaza Strip with Hamas. So we know that things are about to wrap up there very soon. I've been talking about this over the last week quite a bit, and we have a war that is about to break out between Hezbollah and Israel any moment now. And right now Israel is transferring lots of their troops and equipment to the northern border of Israel to prepare for an offensive against Hezbollah in Lebanon. So we're going to be talking about Yoav Gallant today because while he's visiting in Washington, D.C., he mentioned to reporters that Israel has the capability to send Lebanon back to the Stone Age if war begins. So now I know this might sound kind of cheesy, right? But we just reported just the other day, I think it was yesterday actually, Benny Gantz, the former IDF chief and former defense minister of Israel, he came out and reported that that they could destroy Hezbollah's capabilities, military capabilities, excuse me, in just days. Okay, in just a few days that they could do this. Now we've got Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant coming out and saying that they could send them back to the Stone Age. So lots of very, very big provocative statements here coming out from the Israeli government. And they're obviously not messing around here. Will they be able to do this? We don't know, obviously. When this war begins, we'll have to see what happens. But I'm hearing lots of reports that this war could kick off with Hezbollah sometime by mid-July. So that would kind of make sense based on what we're seeing right now. I'm going to show you some video footage here too. There's lots of tanks starting to head towards the border of Lebanon. Okay, so we're going to see this thing kick off here very soon, and Israel's come out and warned many times that whenever they hit Lebanon, they're going to hit them hard, okay? And we're hearing lots and lots of big statements like this, so there's lots of warnings coming out right now, like for the United Nations Humanitarian Affairs. There was a chief here that was warning that said such a conflict would be potentially apocalyptic, okay? And it very well could be, okay? This is going to be a massive war on both sides, okay? Hezbollah's got lots of pretty amazing capabilities. So does Israel, okay? This is going to be a very devastating war for both countries, and they're essentially going to destroy each other quite a bit, okay? Considering the amount of firepower that each side has. So I want to show you something here on Al Jazeera real quick. We're just going to go over this briefly. Says Israel warns can send Lebanon back to Stone Age as UN seeks de-escalation. Gallant says Israel can inflict massive damage as UN humanitarian chief says war would be potentially apocalyptic. Says here, Israel has said it does not want war in Lebanon, but could send its neighbor back to the Stone Age as the United Nations humanitarian affairs chief warned such a conflict would be potentially apocalyptic. So real quick regarding this, when it comes to Israel saying they could send them back to a Stone Age, they could destroy Hezbollah within days, how would they do this, okay? They obviously, inside of Gaza, it's been, 8 months now, and they still have not dismantled Hamas. If it's taken them 8 months to destroy Hamas, who has much less capabilities compared to a much stronger Hezbollah fighting force, how are they going to do this? Now, I talked about a report just a few days ago that was coming out that could Israel be potentially threatening Hezbollah and Lebanon with nuclear weapons. We know that Israel they do possess some nuclear weapons, right? I believe they have at least 90 or so, maybe more, tactical nuclear weapons. Now, could they be deploying these on Hezbollah? And that may sound very crazy, right? But how else will Israel topple Hezbollah very quickly, other than the only thing that I could think of would be either like nuclear weapons or maybe some sort of EMP situation, or I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, but I can't think of too many scenarios where Israel can do that with just conventional weapons. So it says here, we do not want war, but we are preparing for every scenario. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant told reporters on Wednesday in Washington, D.C., Hezbollah understands very well that we can inflict massive damage in Lebanon if a war is launched. Israel was capable of taking Lebanon back to the Stone Age, but we do not want to do it, he said. The border between two countries has seen daily exchanges of fire between Israeli forces and the Iran-aligned Lebanese group Hezbollah since the current conflict in Gaza broke out on October 7th. Fears of a full-blown war grew this month after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel was preparing for a very tense operation on the border with Lebanon. So there it is again, very tense operation, okay? It's not going to be a small skirmish. It's going to be a very, very devastating blow to either side. I don't think one side will really dominate more than the other, but we'll have to see. Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah has also threatened a war with no restraint and no rules and no ceilings in case of a major Israeli offensive against Lebanon. So see, there's another major warning coming out from Hezbollah as well, threatening that they'll have no rules, no red lines. There will be no holding Hezbollah back from using any kind of weaponry that they may have. They've also talked many times about saying that they've got lots of new weaponry in the background that they haven't even unveiled yet. We don't know what that is, obviously, until they actually use it. But apparently they've got some crazy weapons in the background that they've gotten from Iran as well. And, this could just be a devastating war, again, on both sides. So I'll cite this down below. You guys can read some more of this if you want to. It talks about Benny Gantz and some other things I've been discussing here. It'll be down in the description for you below this video if you guys want to check it out. But I've got a couple more things that I want to show you now on X, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at these. These are just some further updates that I got for you regarding this potential war happening here between Hezbollah and Israel. So we've got video footage here of some tanks rolling towards the northern border. This is from Hanania Naftali, okay? And it says, breaking. New Israeli military reinforcements just arrived on the Golan and southern Lebanon fronts. If you want peace, prepare for war. So this actually doesn't have any sound, but as we can see here, we've got some tanks rolling up, okay? I'm seeing lots of video footage starting to come out now of many tanks. Here's, it looks like an infantry fighting vehicle right here as well. So these are all rolling up to the border between southern Lebanon and northern Israel right now, okay? So there's that footage. I've also got this here for you as well. Here's another report from Neo Berg. This is the Israeli border with Lebanon. There's a massive buildup of forces, equipment, and vehicles. European countries are calling on citizens to evacuate Lebanon. The Third Lebanon War will make Gaza look like a playground brawl in comparison. So check this out as well. We've got more video footage of more equipment moving towards the northern border. And again, like I said, I've seen multiple videos just like this of tons of military equipment starting to head to the northern side of the border. And again, if Israel is moving all this equipment, there is a very, very high possibility that we are going to see war. No country will ever move this amount of equipment and not attack a neighboring nation like Lebanon, like what they plan to do. We saw this same thing with Russia as well. Russia did the same thing. They moved tons and tons of equipment to the border with Ukraine, and then whenever they were accused of potentially invading them soon, that's when Vladimir Putin came out and said, no, there is no plan. We're not trying to invade, Ukraine, even though they had moved tons and tons of equipment, even blood to the front line. And then soon after that, like a week later, that's when we had the invasion of Ukraine. So this could very likely go down here very soon. So next up here from Open Source Intel, IAF Air Force Commander. Okay, this is the Israeli Air Force. Hamas in Gaza will be defeated soon. We are fully prepared to confront Hezbollah in the north. Our resources, capabilities, and fighting spirit are all at their peak. Okay, so this Air Force commander coming out and saying that they're going to be done down on the Gaza Strip here very soon. I don't know if they'll completely pull out. I think what they'll do is maybe they'll leave a brigade or maybe a small amount of troops there in Gaza to finish up the fighting, and they'll probably pull maybe 80% or more of them away from the Gaza Strip up to Lebanon and prepare to fight, okay? And this is going to be extremely exhausting for those troops that are down there too. Imagine they're down there in Gaza, and then they're going to pull them from there directly up to the north with Hezbollah, where this attack is supposed to be very massive, okay? I'm sure Israel's going to use everything they've got to hit Hezbollah because Hezbollah is very capable of fighting this war, okay? They've got hundreds of thousands of troops, potentially millions of rockets and missiles. We've been reporting on this quite a bit, and they also have the backing of multiple groups throughout the Middle East that are Iran backed too, just like they are. And they're all coming out. Even the Taliban's coming out and saying that they may support Israel, or excuse me, Hezbollah in a time of war. And again, this is multiple groups that could be getting involved. So we're talking hundreds of thousands of troops from the Lebanon side, okay, and potentially even from Syria, okay. Troops from Syria are going to be starting to come in, and this war could spill over into Syria. So it's going to get nasty very quick. So finally, I want to show you this from current reports. Breaking, according to Al-Manar correspondent, Hezbollah targets an Israeli Ras al-Nakura naval site with an assault drone. So this is actually coming out today. I've been seeing lots of video footage of this. There's a drone or something heading towards some naval site, and I heard some unconfirmed reports that this thing actually did strike the naval site, and we might have some casualties. So let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, so yeah, there's the footage for you. So, yeah, this kind of drone, I've never seen a drone that looks like this. It almost looks like a small aircraft. But yeah, there's lots of footage coming out here today of this drone attack. And the reason why I'm showing you this is what Israel is dealing with every single day. Not that Israel isn't bombing Lebanon consistently as well, but this is the main reason why Israel feels the need to go after Hezbollah. And I understand that Hezbollah is obviously attacking Israel right now due to the fact that they're in the Gaza Strip, and many countries in the Middle East are not okay with that. I understand that. But, you know, this at the same time is a problem for Israel and their country because they're being attacked all the time by Hezbollah from the north. And they've been attacked a lot, okay? We're talking thousands of rockets flying into their territory, probably hundreds or thousands of drones by now going into northern Israel as well. So they have to do something about this, okay? They can't just sit back and do nothing forever. They eventually have to respond, and that's kind of the position that they're in right now. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think down below regarding this. Do you think there's a war breaking out very soon? Again, I've got a timeline of roughly about 2 weeks, potentially unconfirmed, that could happen. But considering the amount of weapons and, you know, vehicles, troops that are being sent to the border right now, this invasion could happen very, very soon into southern Lebanon. Hopefully it does not. I hope that they find a diplomatic solution to resolve this and peacefully, and can just withdraw and leave each other alone, considering that also the IDF is starting to pull out of Gaza now, right? So hopefully if there's an end to that war, maybe there could be an end to this war as well, and they can kind of just leave each other alone. But at the moment, this does not look like the case. It looks like this war is going to begin very soon. So share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can notify you. With that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.